I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. morning, Celebration Center for Spiritual Living, and welcome to yet another amazing Sunday morning. Y'all caught me right at the tail end of my running around getting everything together for this morning, but I'm super excited for this service. We have Nina Gibson in the house, woohoo! Providing our music for us this morning. We're so glad that Nina is here. We have Jen Fay for a special double feature. She's our practitioner on platform again. She was here last week and she's again here this week, so welcome, Jen. And then I will be giving the message. If you don't know who I am, my name is Reverend Chris Ashley. I'm the senior minister here at Celebration Center, located in Falls Church, Virginia. It is the month of June, so we're moving on from emotions, although, you can't ever really move on from emotions. And we are moving on to the body. So living everyday wonder in our physical bodies. And this is a topic that I think doesn't get addressed as much as it should in Science of Mind. So today's talk is Welcome to the Temple, Body Temple, little spoiler alert there. But I'm super excited for this month and what we're going to learn and explore together. So if you are joining us for the very first time, welcome. We are so glad that you are here. And if you are here physically in the room, we have guest cards for you over at the table. So make sure to grab one of those and fill it out on your way out the door. And if you are online joining us, we would love to hear where you're from and how you got to, how you found us. So go ahead and just drop that in the chat. Just name where you're from, how you found us, and we're so excited that you're here. If you're joining us online and you're not new, we would still love to know you're here. The nice thing about online is you can be nice and anonymous, but we would love for you to not be anonymous, for you to tell us what you're up to, how you're doing, say hi in the chat, and give us a shout out. I have a bunch of announcements today, so strap in, but it's all really cool, really fun stuff. So first and foremost, last month we collected so much toilet paper, y'all. We filled and overflowed our giant bin and dropped it off. Yes, thank y'all. So we dropped that off at Lutheran Social Services, and they were so grateful for the generous donations of this community. This month, we are collecting shampoo. Woohoo, shampoo. So bring in shampoos of all sizes, types. Please, new bottles only. Not like that shampoo that you've had in the back of your closet that's like half empty and dusty because you didn't like it. And no, not that. New shampoo, any sort of type, baby shampoo, adult shampoo, specialty shampoo. Maybe we can fill our giant bin just with shampoo. Who knows? And once again, if you are online and not going to be here to drop off shampoo in person, you can go to our website, and under our giving button, there's a drop-down option for Via Vision in Action. And there you can donate money, and we will purchase shampoo for you. Next, this Friday, y'all, this Friday, Miriam Catellis, stand up, Miriam, so that if you're in the room, you can see. Miriam Catellis, who's an incredible, fabulous artist and art teacher, is going to be teaching a class on sand mandala art. And so it's $25. It's in person only. So if you're watching online and you're local, please come join us that night. You're more than welcome, whether you've come in person before or not. She is going to provide all of the materials, and she's so generously providing everything for us as a donation and fundraiser for the center. So all monies that are brought in on Friday night will go towards the center and continuing our vision. So thank you so much, Miriam. I'm super excited. I will definitely be there learning how to create sand art and doing this fun project, and I hope to see everyone there. Next, we have Flat Ernest. If y'all remember from last week, Flat Ernest is going to be going on all of our adventures with us this summer. So if you don't, oh my gosh, bring it up, Alicia, bring it up. So Alicia has already decorated her Flat Ernest. Oh my God, he's amazing. He's going to go a lot of places. So we have him already printed out for you. If you're here in the room, you can grab your flat earnest, decorate him, cut him out, take him with you all over the place all summer long, and then send us pictures. And my phone number to text them or my email to email them is on here, so you can text or email pictures. We're going to have a flat earnest photo album on our website, and then in September, you can either bring in or mail in your flat earnest. We're going to have a flat earnest bulletin board of all of the different flat earnests and everywhere that he went this summer. So super fun. Get your flat earnest online. He is not on the website yet, but he will be tomorrow. So check tomorrow. You will be able to download your flat earnest with all the instructions and cut him out. And then finally, ministerial review. So every year and a half-ish. Something that I really love about this community is that we do a ministerial review. And so this is just a time for all of us to be super transparent about what's working, what's not working, what you would like to see more of, what you would like to see less of, how I'm doing as your minister, if you feel supported, if the community is working for you, all of these things. And so we have people who are going to stand up now and hand out an envelope with a letter from me and then the review itself to everybody who's here in the room today. And we invite you to fill this out. We're also going to be mailing it to all of our active community members. And there's a place to do it online. So you can fill this out and return it to us in physical form, or there's a link on the sheet that I just threw on the floor. There's a link that you can go to and fill it out online as well. It can be anonymous. However, we would really prefer that you put your name, because if you're having challenges or issues, then we would love to sit down and have a conversation and figure out how we can make it right. I am very open to feedback, and I would love to hear all of your feedback, good, bad, neutral, and anything in between. So I invite you to do that. The deadline for returning the reviews is the 19th, and then on the 20th, there is a ministerial review committee headed by Terry Murphy, and we are going to sit down together and go over all of the feedback, go over my I have a letter of call, but I also have a job description with very action-oriented, here's what we're looking for, and here's what it's going to look like when it's happening. And we're going to sit down and go through all of that and see how I'm doing and what can be improved. So I very, very much want your feedback and appreciate it. And with all of that, we would love to invite Nina up for an opening song.
Good morning, everybody. Reverend Chris, you got us really going. It's exciting. We're going to sing a song to get us connected to our body. The song is called God Gave Me. And there's a few pieces of percussion that we could pass out. Can you raise your hand if you'd like a rattle or a shaker or anything? I just thought it might be fun to kind of get involved and mess around a little bit. This is a sing-along. I will tell you it's a little tricky, but we're going to go through different parts of the body and just sing whatever you can. Just have fun with it. God gave me one heart to love you. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. Sing along. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. God gave me 2 ears to hear the word and 1 heart to love you. And I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. We go to the eyes next. So God gave me 2 eyes to see the miracle, 2 ears to hear the word, and 1 heart to love you. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. Moving to the hands. God gave me 2 hands to work for justice, 2 eyes to see the miracle, 2 ears to hear the word, and 1 heart to love you. And I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. Moving to the lips. God gave me 2 lips to sing hallelujah, 2 hands to work for justice, 2 eyes to see the miracle, 2 ears to hear the word, and 1 heart to love you. And I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. 2 legs. God gave me 2 legs to keep things moving, 2 lips to sing hallelujah, 2 hands to work for justice, 2 eyes to see the miracle, 2 ears to hear the word, and 1 heart to love you. And I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. God gave me 1 life to live in spirit, 2 legs to keep things moving, 2 lips to sing hallelujah, 2 hands to work for justice, 2 eyes to see the miracle, and 2 ears to hear the word, and 1 heart to love you. And I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. Every day of my life. Every day of my life. Woo! Nice. Very nice percussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Nina. That was fun. So, good morning, everyone. So, I invite you to just relax as we move into this sacred time of the service. And so, we'll begin by saying our vision together. So, our vision, we are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. So I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze and just feel the support beneath your body, your chair, the floor, and just be aware of that your body is supported since we're focusing on the body. And then bring your awareness to your heart. So as we focus on the heart, that electromagnetic field actually expands. And so I want you to tune into that idea of love and light at the center of you, center of your chest, center of your heart. And that this positive spiritual energy, it radiates out into the world from each of our hearts. And it continues to do that as we take 3 conscious breaths. There's 3 parts to this breath: an inhale, a pause, and an exhale. And so I invite you to inhale together with me. Hold. Exhale. And inhale. Pause. and exhale. And do that one more time. As we relax, we are aware of this energy flowing out from us, this positive, heartfelt energy. This essence is shining into this room, into the hearts of the world, including everyone who is watching right now, everyone online, and everyone who watches in the future. And just think of our ability to connect with everyone who sees this service. Our beloved community goes beyond these walls. Feel free to just stay in that sweet space of peace as I go into my reading. So I was looking for something about the body and spirituality, and it came this morning, not last night, although I did find one thing. So I was listening to Krista Tippett this morning, and she had on, some of you may know her, Dr. Rachel Naomi Remen. She wrote Kitchen Table Wisdom book. I know that I read that many years ago. And this was a recording from 2005. But she talked about when she was in her first year of medical internship, a resident at the Sloan Keating Hospital. There was a man that came in to the hospital, and he came to die. And that's the way it was back then. This was before hospice care. And it was obvious, that he was in a bad way. They said that, his bones looked like Swiss cheese, and there were many lesions throughout his organs and his body. And yet, within 2 weeks of being in the hospital, all of those lesions disappeared and did not come back. And so she goes to say, were we in awe? Certainly not. We were frustrated. We thought obviously someone had misdiagnosed him. So then they sent out his slides and test results to pathologists across the country, and they came back with the same diagnosis. And then they showed the test results to a whole bunch of local doctors and even had them examine him. And their conclusion was that the chemotherapy, which had been stopped 11 months earlier, had suddenly worked. She said she was embarrassed that she believed this for 15 years. But now she thinks that scientific objectivity can make you blind to what's there. And she believes that this was the purest encounter she's ever had in her life with mystery. If you go into, and so the mystery makes her wonder about who we are, what is possible for us, how this world really operates. She says she has no answers, But she has a lot of questions, and it's the questions that help her to live better than any answers that she sought. Coming forward to more current times, definitely in this century, Bruce Lipton, who you probably know, cellular biologist, the biology of beliefs, he describes recent results from the Human Genome Project have shattered science fundamental core belief that the concept of genetic determinism, that we have been led to believe that genes determine the character of our lives. Yet new research surprisingly reveals that it's the character of our lives that controls our genes. Rather than being victims of our heredity, we are actually masters of our genome. He goes on to say, we look at the human body as a biochemical machine controlled by genes, and therefore we see a mechanical aspect to life, and then we try to understand the nature of the mechanics by looking at how the physical parts interact with each other. So it is thought that if you want to understand life, you look at it as a whole series of interactive chemical reactions. What we are learning out of this view, what we are leaving out of this view is the invisible elements, the contribution of the invisible world, which are emphasized in the nature of quantum mechanics. Matter is energy, and a primary factor that must be considered because everything is ultimately energy. Please join me in prayer. And so just breathing, feel your body breathing. There is an association with breath and spirit. There is an association of the air we breathe, this invisible essence, with spirit. The subatomic particles that scientists see, the smallest particles of our body, they see these specks that sort of dance in and out of existence. That is our body essence. Pure energy, pure light, pure spirit. And so it is from that awareness I affirm the radiance of the body, its natural state, of this wholeness, this comfort, this strength, this vitality, this well-being, this activity that is inspired by spirit that causes us to move through the world and be who we are and make a difference. That being here in a body, it's not easy. But it seems to be the main journey to evolve. In this body, feeling our emotions, aware of our thoughts, our mind, it's a whole package. And in that awareness, we bless this body. We bless this body expressing through each of us this vehicle of expression in the physical world. We affirm its well-being. We are grateful for its intelligence, that it knows how to heal. It reveals that intelligence over and over. We relax into that well-being. As we relax, healing happens in the body so much easier. We release the stress and relax. knowing it is a spiritual practice for our bodies and our whole being. Taking another deep breath. I am grateful as I release these words and ideas into the law that knows what I believe and what each person here believes. And as we believe, this body is the temple, the spiritual essence, we experience the wonder of that body, our own version of spirit in form. And so it is.
I am made of the light that hung the stars in the night. A perfect thought since time began. I am one with the love that's holding all of us. This power in my hands. I am called by the voice that speaks of truth and joy, forever blessed where I am. I am made of the light that hung the stars in the night. A perfect thought since time began. I am.
Thank you, Nina. And thank you, Jen, for those brilliant readings and that story. And thank you, Nina, for that opening song. I loved that opening song. That was so much fun. The body. Well, actually, I have a couple of things before we get into the body. First of all, happy Pride Month, everyone. This is my favorite month of the year. And I'm sure that we'll get more into Pride Month and what it stands for and all of that. But just in case you weren't aware, I know you were, I am queer and my fiance is non-binary. And so we are part of what is lovingly referred to as the Alphabet Mafia, LGBTQIA+. And so I'm, and if you are watching online or if you find us later and you're wondering, we are welcoming here. No matter what your lifestyle, what your beliefs, what your thoughts, you are welcome here. And so happy Pride Month to everyone, whether you are a part of the Alphabet Mafia or simply an ally or anything else. And yes, Reverend Ryan, my fiance, says happy Pride. Happy Pride, darling. And then the next thing, which this does kind of have to do with bodies, I want to bring y'all's attention to this beautiful painting. So this was done by Nancy Newman, another incredible artist that we have here in the center. And so if you are here in the room physically, I invite you to come up and look at it closer because it is beautiful. It's 3D. I mean, it's just spectacular. And we are so blessed to have so many amazing artists. And Nancy has done lots of incredible work. And we're going to be showcasing artists' work over the upcoming months of artists in our community. So if you are an artist in our community and we don't know it, come talk to me and we'll see if your art can be showcased as well. And we chose this painting for this month because it's all different bodies and all different people and shows the diversity of being human on this planet. And I just absolutely love that. So, speaking of all different bodies, there is incredible diversity on this planet. I mean, just wild diversity. So much so that we have not even discovered all of the animals and bacteria and plants and everything that exists just on this planet, let alone like in the rest of the universe. And if you think that life exists other places, but there is wild life, just life. There are thousands of different types of wildflowers. And I know right now, going down the road, coming from my house to here, which is like 2 miles, so it's not even like there's really far to go, but in the median on the road is just this beautiful wildflowers of all these different colors. And we went to California a couple weeks ago, and they have a whole different set of beautiful wildflowers in their medians. There is just so much diversity. If you look at the trees and the animals and the plants, and we have put out bird feeders, and as y'all know, we are feeding the squirrels now. We are up to 6 squirrels, y'all, including 2 baby squirrels that are now like rough and tumble and playing and stuff in front of our house. It's very cute. They are eating us out of house and home. It is very expensive to feed squirrels, let me tell y'all. But anyways, like, people say, how are you naming them? We can tell the difference. They have different colorings and they have different personalities and they're different sizes and different tails and different fur lengths. And I mean, just wild diversity. Just amazing, right? And for some reason, somewhere along the way, I feel like that wild diversity gets lost in translation, and all of a sudden, if you're human, you're supposed to show up a certain way, and your body's supposed to look a certain way, and you're supposed to do your hair a certain way, you're supposed to wear the right clothes, and you're supposed to be the right size, and your skin is supposed to be the right color, and you're supposed to love the right people, and supposed to, right? And it's like, what happened? What happened to go from, oh my God, the squirrels are so different, we can name them, to I need to look and act and be just like everyone else around me? Where is that disconnect? Aisling B says, you can be fat, thin, fat, thin, too thin in the wrong place, thin in the right place, fat in the wrong place, fat in the right place. But no matter what you do, no matter what you try, you are definitely wrong. And isn't that what our society tells us? Is that you need to buy this skincare treatment, or you need to, dye your roots, don't let any gray show, or you need to go on this diet, or you need to buy this supplement, or you need to do this exercise, or, all of these things to be a certain way. And what I find is really interesting about this sort of body shaming society that we have in place is that if you think about what does our society need, the beauty industry is a $1 billion industry a year. And so what what do they need to do to make that industry grow and exist? Well, they need to make all of us believe that we need those things to be right. And so the ideal standard of what a human being, whether it is a man, a woman, or otherwise, looks like is the thing that the least amount of people can actually obtain with their bodies so that the most amount of people will constantly strive to do so. Does that make sense? And it's kind of a rough thought, right? Like, oh, shoot. And I know for myself that my own journey around my body acceptance and body self-love has kind of been a journey of necessity because I was born 10 pounds. I have never been a small human, ever. So much so that when I was pregnant with my son, my mom refused to let me buy newborn clothing because she said she bought all of these adorable newborn outfits for me. And then I came out so big that she couldn't put me in any of them and they had to run out and buy a whole new wardrobe and all new diapers because I was too massive, right? And then my son was 7.5 pounds, and I said, I told you so, I'm not having a 10-pound baby, and we had to run out and buy newborn clothes for him. But all of that aside, I have never been a small human. I have my 2nd grade class picture. I am literally a whole head taller than everyone, including my teacher. And so I never fit into the stereotype that I was supposed to be small and demure and not take up space and, weigh a certain amount. I'm pretty sure I passed whatever that certain amount was in like kindergarten, and I was just never going to be that. And so I did. I bought in. I tried every diet. I was going to force my bones themselves to shrink down to the size that I was supposed to be. I started on diets. I did all of the things. I bought into the Atkins. Atkins was really big when I was in high school. That was the new fad. All I ate was like cheese slices and hot dogs for like months. And it did not work, y'all. It did not work, let me tell you. And I did the yo-yoing and the up and down and the everybody congratulating me when I was smaller and wondering what was happening when I was bigger and all of that. And it was just exhausting. It's just exhausting. And so finally, I don't actually know exactly where it started for me, but I can tell you the major turnaround point that I had. So in case you don't know, and we're going to be talking about the body all month, so I have so much to tell y'all, but we're gonna keep it simple for this beginning week because this is one of my hot topics. This is one of my soapbox topics. If you come ask me a question about physical bodies and the way that they should look, I will talk until you're like, oh my God, please stop talking to me. I can't handle anymore. But I'm not going to do that to y'all today. But what I can tell y'all is that when I was 26 years old, I discovered Tantra. And I decided I wanted to be a certified tantrika and I wanted to practice it professionally. And so I did. It was this beautiful story of manifestation and demonstration and calling in what you want and all of these things. And I found a temple to study in Asheville. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you what Tantra is because all y'all, I can see it. Y'all all have ideas and thoughts about what that is and your wheels are all turning. Hold on. And I went and I studied in this Tantra temple and I became a professional licensed tantrika and I practiced professionally for a couple of years. Now Tantra, y'all have probably heard of it from like Seal or Sting or, the internet in the dark of night or something like that. So most people think of Tantra as in tantric sex. And yes, that is an aspect of it, but Tantra is actually an entire spiritual philosophy and practice. It is a religion, a whole entire religion into and unto itself. And it is glorious, y'all. So Tantra originated as a rebellion against puritanical Hinduism about 5,000 years ago. And so at that time, and if you look even today, all of the major world religions, Christianity and Hinduism and Islam and all of them, it's this idea that we need to deny the body. We need to deny the body and not live in our pleasure, and we need to set all of that aside, and we need to turn away. And we need to, in order to reach enlightenment, we have to shove down our body and push it away. And Tantra came in as a rebellion to all of that, and it said, hey, wait a minute. Maybe if we believe in oneness, if we believe that God is all there is, which Hinduism does and Tantra does, and we do here in Science of Mind, if we believe that, then maybe we were put in these bodies on this planet that are capable of experiencing pleasure and good things as a part of being spiritual. And so maybe we should use our pleasure and use our bodies and to obtain enlightenment. Maybe our bodies aren't something that we need to cast aside, but something that we need to embrace as an aspect of our spirituality. And so hence Tantra. And so yes, there is a sexual component to it, but there's all of these other beautiful, amazing things about being embodied and standing in your own body and listening to the wisdom and the truth that your body holds within it, and owning your pleasure. And maybe that pleasure is sexual, but maybe that pleasure is sitting with a friend and talking, or drinking a delicious cup of coffee in the morning, or eating an amazing cherry, or whatever it may be, painting or drawing or singing or playing music or sleeping or watching Netflix or whatever it is, embracing our pleasure. Maybe it's eating a cupcake. It's all good. It's this idea that being human is good and spiritual and divine, not something that we should banish or be ashamed of. And so in the course of studying Tantra and becoming a certified Tantrika and beginning to practice professionally, I had to do all kinds of things that previously I had been very uncomfortable with in my body. I had to let it all hang out. I had to dance in front of people. I had to focus so much on other people that I all of a sudden couldn't worry about what my body or face looked like. And I don't know about y'all, but I know that I have had times in my life where I've been so self-conscious that I was so worried about what my body looked like to other people that I couldn't be effective in what I was doing. And I had to let all of that go in Tantra, because there's a lot of, there's massage and things like that, and there's a lot of body mechanics of how to move your body around another person's body and all this stuff. You can't be worried if you have a double chin when you're climbing around to get to this other spot to be able to massage. You just can't. You can't worry about that. And so all of a sudden, I was forced to just let all of this stuff go and just be okay with who I was and what my body looked like. And that's actually the time that I came out to myself as well, and that I was like, oh, I think that maybe I am not straight and that I don't actually really like men. All of that happened at the same time, because it was like just this realizing and embracing of who I was at this incredible core level. And I have to admit that has been so helpful now as I speak and I move through the world as a minister, because I know that I can't worry about the way that my body looks while I'm using it to be effective in the world. I just can't. And yes, I wear cute clothing and, do my hair and whatever. But then when I go out in the world, I'm out in the world and I'm just doing it. And maybe I have like a weird facial expression, or maybe my hair's out of place or whatever it may be. But I can't worry about that, because I'm busy utilizing my body for what it was intended to do, which is to live fully in the world. So it can be really hard. We hear about self-love, right? You should love yourself, love your body, radical self-love, like all of these things. And most of us begin our journey somewhere nearer to self-hate. that our body is wrong, we cannot trust it, we need to eat a certain way, do a certain thing, it should look different, all of these things, right? Like we're over here and everybody's saying, well, just love yourself, just love your body. And I have to say, it's a process. So, Ivor, if you'll pull up my slide. So here's the process. Self-hate is all the way down there in the bottom left corner. And you don't go straight from self-hate all the way to self-love at the top. Instead, you move from self-hate to self-neutrality, to just, I have a body, I am neutral about that body, and I'm just going to get on with I'm just not even going to think about my body. I'm just going to get on with my life. And then we move on to self-respect. Well, I have a body, and I'm going to get on with my life, but I also see and honor the fact that my heart is beating and keeping me alive, and the blood is flowing through my brain, my blood is flowing through my vessels, good Lord, and my stomach is digesting food, and my brain is firing neurons, and all of these things. And then there's self-acceptance. I have a body. I'm amazed at the body that I have and the things that I can do. And I accept that this is the body that I have and it looks the way it does, and that's okay. And then we get into self-confidence. Not only do I have this body and it looks the way it does, but I'm actually confident in having the body that I do and the way that it looks and the way that it moves through the world and the way that it shows up. And then finally, from there, we move into self-love. I love that I have this body. I wouldn't trade this body for another body for anything in the world. This body is the best body ever. And then there's actually one more stage. It's not on here. And that is radical self-love. And radical self-love is, I love my body so much that I am able and capable of loving your body just the way it is as well. It moves from just being this individualized thing to being a collective experience of, I love my body to such a degree that I can support you in loving your body as well. So take just a second. Take a breath. Where are you at on this scale? This is a rhetorical question. You are not going to answer it out loud for anyone. This is just for you. And so I invite you to be super honest with yourself. Where are you at on this scale? There is no right or wrong answer to this question. And if you're at home, I invite you to answer this question as well. Where are you at? And what I can tell you about this scale is that it is not we just move up the list. You can go ahead and take it down for me, Ivor. It is not that you just move up the list and all of a sudden you love yourself and all is well. It is not that. It is a journey and back and forth and up and down. And sometimes, I have found for myself that it was kind of this upward to self-love, like there was an initial sort of I had to move through the stages to get to self-love. And then once I reached it, every day is a journey. Some days I'm like, yes, I love myself. And some days I'm like, oh my God, I hate myself. And some days I'm like, okay, I'm really glad that my heart is beating. Some days, some days I'm confident and some days I'm not so much. And some days I feel bloated and some days I feel crabby and some days I feel overjoyed and some days I'm productive and some days I wish my body would just do right. In the Southern phrasing, just do right. I'm going to need you to get your life together, body. I have said that to my body, right? And so it's this ever-going, expanding process, and it's okay. So it's okay wherever you are on your journey of self-love, because it's going to be a journey for the rest of your life. This is your body. This is it. This is the body that you get. And so we are going to continue for this whole month to talk about our bodies, to talk about the things that get in the way, to talk about the stories that we have been told, the ways that our culture has made it seem like we can't trust the inherent wisdom that exists in our bodies, all of these things. We're going to go into all of it. But for this week, for right now, I want you to just begin to notice your body. Perhaps you're not even on the scale because you're like, oh, a body? Wait, what? I have one of those? That's okay. Just notice your body this week. Notice how it feels. Notice how it feels at different times of the day. Notice the aches and pains. Notice the way that it works, the way that it doesn't work, the way that feelings and emotions show up in your body. Just notice it this week. And don't judge it. Don't make it right or wrong. Just notice it. Notice the way it looks in the mirror if you want to go that far, but you don't have to. Just notice it. And I'm going to end with a quote from Naraya Wahid. She says, and I invite you to close your eyes. And take a deep breath. And listen to these words, and perhaps even say these words to your own body. She says, and I said to my body softly, I want to be your friend. It took a long breath and replied, I have been waiting my whole life for this. I want to be your friend. And your body is just celebrating. I have been waiting my whole life for this moment. And so what I know in this moment is that there is only one thing going on. And so that one thing that is so grand and so infinite and so eternal and so brilliant that we cannot possibly fathom it, that one thing is the same thing that is moving and living and breathing our bodies. That one thing is the building blocks upon which our bodies are built. The atoms and the cells and the organs and the systems. It is the way that our bodies look and move and behave in the world. It is all the things that are working in our bodies. It is all the things that are not working in our bodies. This one thing is the only thing that is going on, and so it must be every single aspect of ourselves, including and especially our bodies. And so knowing this to be true, I know and affirm that each and every one of us are on our self-love journey. That no matter where we are on the journey, it is good and it is fine. That even if we are starting from a place of self-loathing, that is all we have ever known, that is okay. And that the very moments that we turn to our body and say, I want to be your friend, that our body turns and answers that call willingly, gratefully, joyfully. But just like when we take one step towards God, God takes 10,000 steps towards us, that when we take one step towards our body takes 10,000 steps towards us, because it too is God. And I am so grateful for the bodies of each and every individual in this community. I am so grateful for the diverse, amazing, incredible bodies that show up here on this planet and then show up here at Celebration Center. And I am so grateful that I get to look out at all of the beauty of every body in this room, online, and beyond. And so I release my word, I let it go, I know it is done as I have spoken, and so it is. Now we have another song from Nina.
Wow, Reverend Chris, that was very powerful. The level of acceptance of yourself is very inspiring. And this song is too, they really go together. This song is by Daniel Nahmad, and it's called Everywhere I Am. Kind of brings it together. My body, my soul are part of a perfect whole. My heart and my hands are serving a sacred plan. I know that it's true. I know that I am. Comes down to you. All that I... Oops. Let me try that again. Whew. Thanks for coming in on the drums, Tim. Let's try that together again one more time. Let me go. It's one of those things where it came through perfectly in rehearsal, so we're just going to accept where we are, right? Okay. My body, my soul are part of a perfect whole. My heart and my hand are serving a sacred plan. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. My thoughts and my mind belong to eternal time. My words and my song, you're writing them all along. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. So completely I surrender to the will of my highest power. So completely I remember all the love of my soul's creation. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you.
Thank you, Nina. And I know it always stinks for us when we make mistakes, but I always love it when we're not perfect up here because it's just a really good reminder that perfection is not what we are going for. We are going for authenticity and vulnerability, and that is definitely what you are giving us today. So thank you, Nina. So this is the time in our service for our offertory, our offering, and your presence is a gift. Your body being here, a part of Celebration Center, is such a gift to us, and we are so grateful for your presence here. And we are a tithing community, and we are a donation-based community, and so if you would like to give today, there are several different ways that you can do that. We have a basket over here in the corner with envelopes available for you on the table. We also have, if you are online or you want to donate later today, you can go to celebrationcenter.org and click on the Give button right there in the center of your screen, and that will take you to our Secure Breeze website where you can donate. That's also the spot where if you click down, you can see the different funds, including the Vision and Action Fund. And so we are so grateful for all of your donations, everything that you give to the center. And now I will invite Jen up. Oh, yep, I'm moving this more out of the way, and you need it.
And so I invite you to join me in saying our Offertory Affirmation. I open my heart to give and receive the blessings that our spirits promise to me. As I do, The entire universe conspires to give me an abundant life, and I open to accept it. And so it is. And so as we bless this generosity of the universe, this generosity that lives within each of us, this graciousness, this abundance that we experience in form, we feel grateful. We simply bless the gifts that come to us. We bless the gifts that flow from us. And there's this wonderful law of circulation in action. And so I'm grateful for all the giving, whether it's money or time or gifts of creativity that we're honoring so many people this week with their creative expressions in this month and months ahead. All of that is such a wonderful gift of each person giving. It is of spirit. It is spirit expressing through each of us. And that is always a gift to share. And so it is.
And so it is. And so now I'm going to invite Nina up for a closing song. And as she comes up, we are going to do our community call and response. So repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. I am led by Spirit. I am guided by wisdom. I am protected by love. I am here to be a blessing. I am so grateful. And so it is.
So I was in Ireland for a couple of weeks, and this song kept playing in my head, and I knew I was supposed to bring it here today to you. I think it's a great closing because it brings the power of wherever we are, our body, into knowing that it's everywhere. And you can sing along in the chorus particularly. It's, I think, easy to sing with. I am in the darkness. I am in the light. See me if you can. Everywhere I am. Dwelling in the sunshine. Dwelling in the shadows. Dwelling in believers. And in folks who don't know. Here's your part. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I am all appearing. I am all invisible. I am in the highest. I am in the very low. I am all appearing. I am all invisible. I am in the highest. I am in the very low. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Glory God appearing. Glory God invisible. Glory in the highest. Glory in the very low. Glory God appearing. Glory God invisible. Glory in the highest. Glory, glory down below. Bring the instrument. That's a great idea. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. I am in the darkness. I am in the light. See me if you can. Everywhere I am.
Beautiful. Thank you, Nina. And I want to give a shout out to Leanne, who normally joins Nina but was unable to be here today. So hello, Leanne. I know that you're probably watching online or will be later, and we miss your presence this morning. And then also, I hear that it is Ed Preston's birthday today. Is that correct? Happy birthday, Ed. And who else has a birthday or an anniversary in the month of June? Raise your hands. Oh, Janine. Anyone else? And online, shout out, put your birthday in the chat if you have a birthday or an anniversary. Let's sing happy birthday to Ed and Janine and everyone else. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ed and everyone else. Happy birthday to you. Yay! So at 12:20 today, we're going to be doing our community hybrid time. Today is a Science of Mind Q&A, SOMQA. So if you have any questions about Science of Mind or how it fits into anything, or you're just trying to stump me, come ask all of your questions. This is for if you're a newbie, you don't know anything about Science of Mind, come ask your questions. Or if you have that one niggling question that you've been wanting to know the answer to for the last 20 years, come ask that question as well. I can't guarantee that I'll have an answer, but we can have a discussion about it, right? So that's at 12:20. You can join us by going to celebrationcenter.com and clicking on Enter Zoom Events, or just be here in the room. And with that, I send us all out loving, or possibly accepting, or possibly just being neutral about our bodies, maybe even disliking them a little bit, and knowing that our bodies are the divine in action, just as we are the divine in action. And so all bodies are good bodies, and all thoughts about our bodies are good thoughts. And so it is.